you want. Today we're going to take a look into what is trending on social media along with a big change in K-State Sports Administration.
From KKSU LD at Kansas State University, serving Manhattan and the Flint Hills family. This is MHK All Day.
Welcome back to MHK All Day. I'm your host, Alicia Salcedo. Thanks for joining us. A couple of weeks ago, we had MHK All Day fashion reporter Erica Young give us a little about what's hot and what's not in fashion. Well, guess what? We're right back with her. How are you doing, Erica?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. How are you? Oh, I already asked you. How are you? Sorry. So let's get started on your topics of what's hot and what's not.
All right. Well.
So what are you gonna be talking about? Is it hair, makeup, fashion this week?
Today we're gonna be talking about clothing. I have a lot of things on there, from dogs wearing costumes to chokers. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I can't pull off chokers, but I mean I've tried to give them a shot.
Right.
Yeah, they're not really my thing. But what other things? Is there like any surprises?
Well, the
any
weather,
crazy?
Because the weather is changing, I feel like a lot of men can wear their shorts now, the ones that are kind of like rolled up. But I don't know how I feel about them because they're too short, and I just feel like they're not for men.
Like the capri looking things that guys like to do.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of guys do that, but I don't really know if that's something that should be trending, I guess. It's kind of weird seeing guys walk around with like capris because we're used to like girls doing it. But yeah, so what are things that you like to wear? I like your outfit that's going on.
Thank you. I actually like to wear a lot of light colors, and it's either light colors or black. I don't want to be in between, so I like to be very different. I have bedazzled stuff, so I don't know. It's just whatever I'm feeling that day and what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like doing that too. I like dark colors. I mean, I like black because I mean it's slimming.
Right.
But yeah, I'm used to black colors. I'm not really a big fan on like the whole like pastel or things. Just on me personally.
Right.
Yeah. So what about makeup wise? Because I know we talked about makeup one of the weeks. What like do you think is trending in makeup?
Well, I'm not really a makeup fan. I just like to do foundation. Well, a little bit of foundation and some mascara. But I don't know how people do like the eyebrows and I don't even know what it's called, but I don't know.
Like the contouring and stuff?
Yeah, like I don't know how to do that, so I guess that's why I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and that's kind of how I learned. Like eyebrow wise, like my eyebrows, like I'll spend like a good 30 to 35 minutes on those.
Just on your eyebrows?
Yeah, just on my eyebrows.
What? That's ridiculous.
But anyways, thank you for joining us, Erica.
Problem.
That looks like all the time we have today. Make sure you stay connected with us because when weather changes, fashion also changes. Do you seriously stay up to date on what's trending on social media each week? For this week's show, we want to give you what's been trending on social media since Monday. Segment reporter Maya Hodge has more.
Thank you, Alicia. Today, I am happy to bring to you what's been trending on social media this week, and there's a lot that's been going on, so let's get right to it. Starting off with some upsetting news, former Patriots star Aaron Hernandez was found dead in his jail cell in Massachusetts on Thursday. According to CBS News, a medical examiner officially ruled Hernandez's death as a suicide after finding a handwritten note in his cell. Since Hernandez died while still in contract with the Patriots, they have to pay his family $15 million in guaranteed money from his contract. In Ohio, a man went on a killing spree while on Facebook Live on Monday. A horrific video was trending all over social media of Steve Stevens shooting an elder man in the head. Police eventually caught up to Stevens after he stopped at McDonald's for a final meal. An employee recognized Stevens and made him wait on his fries while they called the police. Pretty smart, right? After a high-speed chase with the police, Stevens committed suicide. A shooting on Champs-Élysées in Paris left 2 police officers dead and 1 wounded yesterday. According to the Straits Times of Singapore, this shooting was an act of ISIS, and the attacker is reportedly a known terror suspect. This shooting is marked as the 5th attack in 5 European countries within 4 weeks. Our condolences goes out to those 5 countries. Top-rated host in cable news, Bill O'Reilly, will no longer be returning to Fox News. On Wednesday, Fox News forced O'Reilly out after a series of sexual harassment allegations. Come to find out, the New York Times released an article stating O'Reilly and the company reached settlements with 5 women who complained about sexual harassment and other inappropriate behavior by him. The arrangements equaled to about $13 million. As for O'Reilly, he is receiving a payout of as much as $25 million, which is just about the same amount of 1 year's salary. $25 million is a whole lot of money. On the brighter side, congratulations to professional tennis player Serena Williams, who is 20 weeks pregnant by fiancé Alexis Ohanian with their first child. Williams shows off her lovely baby bump in a bright yellow bodysuit on Snapchat. 'Tis the season for babies. Rihanna had a 2-day pop-up shop for Fendi Puma where she made a surprise appearance on Tuesday and Wednesday in Los Angeles. The singer drew an enormous crowd of fans who were lined up around the block to get their hands on her latest shoes and apparel. That's all that we have for What's Trending this week. Thank you for joining me, and I'll throw it back to Alicia.
A lot of things have happened this week. I've been watching Pretty Little Liars season since day 1. Check back next week for more social media trending topics. There are a variety of opportunities for students at K-State, and one of them is being able to work with the supercomputer that is here. We have a computer science student here to take a closer look.
Thanks, Alicia. I'm here with Don Riffle, who is a student in the computer science department. So Don, can you just tell us about your major?
Yeah, so like I said, I am in computer science here at K-State, and basically that kind of focuses on a little bit about like what's behind the computer, you know, like what actually makes a computer do what it does and how it works, you know, the science behind it.
So what is your the day-to-day in your major look like?
Well, it kind of varies between looking at the software behind a computer and the hardware of a computer. So, you know, classes can vary from programming to actually, you know, physically putting computers together and seeing how they work and run.
Do you have a preference between those two?
The programming can get kind of boring. You know, the hardware is where the fun's at.
Gotcha. So what do you hope to do with that in the future?
Well, I would enjoy hopefully working with individuals and companies. My long-term goal is to kind of start my own business doing IT work for people.
Very cool. So mention that there's a supercomputer at K-State. Can you tell us about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the supercomputer at K-State here is called Beocat, and it's a open to student supercomputer, and we spend a lot of time testing on it and just kind of learning through it.
So what is a supercomputer?
So a supercomputer, of course, you know, it's a lot different than your average, you know, laptop or your desktop PC. A supercomputer is a very powerful, very specialized computer that's very expensive, but for what it does, it's worth it.
Very cool. How big is a supercomputer compared to like your regular laptop?
Well, you know, if your laptop can sit on your lap, a supercomputer will take up your whole living room. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
What types of things do you use the supercomputer for here at K-State?
So here at K-State, well, basically at any collegiate level, supercomputer spends a lot of time in either teaching students, you know, they'll run programs on and kind of learn the things behind high performance computing and like that. And the other side of it is a lot of the professors here will do a lot of research work on there, and or PhD students will do a lot of their research on that as well.
Very cool. Well, thanks, Don, for joining us. We appreciate having you here in the studio. I'm going to throw it back to Alicia at the desk.
It's awesome to hear about such a powerful computer available to our students. A K-State student received a Dr. Pepper fountain in her front yard, and Zac Efron is making his way to Amigo to play Troy Bolton once again in High School Musical. Also, a comedian from MTV's Wild 'N Out will be making his way onto the K-State campus, all coming up next, so make sure you stay tuned to find out whether or not these statements are true or trash. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for current news and trends around the Flint Hills. Don't go anywhere, you're watching MHK All Day.
I'm Kathleen from Mining, Germany.
I'm Ginger from Overland Park, Kansas.
I've traveled to London and saw the Parliament, studied in Mexico City, spent the summer in Austria, went skiing in the Alps. Oh, and I visited the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Well, I've been to the world's largest ball of twine.
Can we go?
Of course!
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
Up next, the world's deepest hand-dug well.
Is it near the Grand Canyon?
Knowledge is more than a piece of paper. It's being committed to leaving the world a better place, dedicated to limitless learning, conducting research that is tried and true, and then tried again, crossing disciplines, blazing trails, discovering better methods that lead to global solutions. What is the K-State graduate student experience? Unrestricted, proven, you.
Know a spot that I love full well.
'Tis not in forest, nor yet in dell. Ever it holds me with magic spell.
I think of thee, alma mater.
We'll carry thy banner high. Long, long. May thy colors fly.
Loyal to thee, thy children will swell the cry. Hail, 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 alma mater.
With so many things going on in the Manhattan community, it can be hard to separate the truth from rumors. But don't worry, because we got you covered in our new segment, Truth or Trash. Did a K-State student receive a Dr. Pepper fountain? This is true. K-State senior Claire Daniels tweeted, "I really just need to have a Dr. Pepper fountain installed in my house. That would probably be cheaper than how much I spend on it currently." Daniels tweeted this back in December, and last Friday the company delivered a supply of Dr. Pepper and a Dr. Pepper fountain to her home. Is the K-State campus going green? This is true. Green Week, a student-led initiative, will start from Earth Day, which is today, through Arbor Day on April 28th. The initiative is meant to celebrate and educate the campus on the benefits of sustainability. The week will consist of plenty activities, including an environmental art theme showcase, a pop-up thrift shop at Bosco Plaza, and a sustainability carnival where students can learn green living practices by participating in carnival-style booths. Are there still tickets for the screening of Miracle in Manhattan? This is trash. The premiere of the documentary Miracle in Manhattan follows Bill Snyder and his impact on the K-State football program. The film is set to premiere tomorrow at 7:45 in the AMC Dine-In movie theater in the Manhattan Town Center. Is Zac Efron making his way to Wamego to play Troy Bolton once again in High School Musical? This, unfortunately, is trash. But the Columbian Theater in Wamego is putting on a community-produced show on Disney's High School Musical. The show's opening night is tomorrow at 7:30. Will a comedian from MTV's Wild 'N Out be making his way onto the K-State campus? This is true. UPC is hosting an after-hours comedy show featuring Jacob Williams, a comedian that has been featured on MTV's Wild 'N Out and America's Got Talent. Joining him is comedian Chris James, who has done stand-up at the Laugh Factory and played a guest star on VH1's Single Ladies. The free event is tonight at 9 o'clock in the Union. Will we be seeing the Riley County Courthouse in a courtroom drama movie soon? This is true. This week, the Riley County Commission approved a request for a local producer to use a courtroom in the Riley County Courthouse for filming. The local producer, along with the film crew, will begin filming this summer for a fictional film. The filming will take up 2 weekends in June and 2 in July. Is it too late to sign up for the Reading Run 5K? This is trash. The Reading Run 5K is an event hosted by K-State Motor Board that benefits Youthopia Reads. This organization works to provide libraries, librarian training, and promotion for childhood literacy. Registration for the run is still open and will continue today from 2 p.m. at the entrance of the Leadership Studies building. Are K-State students able to get their Radina's Coffee at the Union again? This is true. Radina's Coffee House was officially reopened this week in the K-State Student Union after months of renovations. The coffee house opens at 7:30, giving students and faculty just enough time to grab their coffee before. Were dogs enjoying their wine and cheese last Saturday? This is kind of trash. The Riley County Humane Society hosted the second annual Pour for a Paw fundraiser at the Holiday Inn. Pour for a Paw is a wine and cheese themed fundraiser along with silent auctions. The funds raised from this event will be going directly to the animals of the Riley County Humane Society. Is it time for our video of the week? Luckily, this one is so true. This past week, we've received a lot of selfies from you guys, and now it's time to share them with everyone. Also, don't forget to send your selfies into our Snapchat at MHK All Day. We're really excited to share your selfies with the Manhattan community. Have you heard about the new addition to the K-State Sports Administration? Stay tuned to find out who will be joining the Cats. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for the most recent news and trends in Manhattan and the surrounding area. We'll be right back after this short break.
Outreach is more than a goal. It's our land-grant mission. We feed and sustain an expanding population and cultivate strong, stable families, growing responsibility and leadership in our youth through a far-reaching network of research, resources, and educators. Whether you're in Kansas or across the globe, every life is worthy of an extended hand. What makes K-State Research and Extension so powerful? Purpose, outreach, you. We may take different paths, but we all move forward, preparing for our future in the same historic library. We meet friends in the bustling student union and experience the exciting atmosphere of campus events. We appreciate individual interests and shared passions. Many different paths, one distinct destination. How does campus life become life experience? Connections, involvement, you.
I'm Ngọc Trân from Đà Lạt, Vietnam.
I'm Raphael from St. Mary's, Kansas.
Mình nói cả tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh.
I only speak one language, unless you count Pig Latin. Oh, you don't? Okay, one language.
I'm new to K-State and want to experience everything I can in Manhattan.
I'm hungry. Do you want to go eat some ice cream?
Sure.
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
How do you say Wabash in your language?
What's a Wabash?
The K-State fabric is woven with a commitment to service, a common thread of experience and expertise, research that makes ambition a reality, student opportunities that foster empowered leaders, an environment that embraces creative collaboration. We look for moments to define ourselves as trailblazers and as advocates for advancement. Why does K-State believe it can achieve a stronger tomorrow? Promise, possibility, you.
There's a big change that could affect K-State athletics for years to come. We have the latest here at MHK All Day.
The John Curry era may be over, but the reign of Gene Taylor has just begun. Reporter Erica Young caught up with Taylor with an audio interview, and he explained his excitement to be part of the K-State family.
I can hardly wait to get to Manhattan and be a part of it on a regular basis. I'm going to start May 1st. Certainly, we're kind of winding down the year with sports and the school year. Really look forward to the fall again and supporting our sports that are still in season. But the students, they're on campus. I think we can't be successful without the support of our students on campus. And from what I can tell, we have that already. We want to just continue to make that better.
K-State baseball participated in an at-home doubleheader on Tuesday and came away with victories in both games against New Mexico. In the first game of the doubleheader, it was a 12-10 comeback victory for the Wildcats, led by Jake Scudder's 3-run home run deep in the 7th inning. The second game had much less runs than the first, but K-State still managed to pull off a 3-2 victory to complete the doubleheader sweep. It was a historic day for K-State baseball coach Brad Hill, as with the doubleheader sweep, he equaled the baseball program's all-time career win record of 435 wins, previously set by K-State coach Mike Clark back in 2003. K-State women's basketball player Brianna Lewis gets to continue to live her dream on the court. Reporter Erica Young caught up with her at the airport yesterday as she was headed out. Not only did Brianna have an outstanding season, but she became the first K-State women's basketball player to get drafted since 2009. Lewis will be doing what she can to earn a shot with the Dallas Wings. Now, when we think of athletics, we usually focus on the sponsored sports of the university, but if we dig deeper into some of the club teams, we can find some hidden gems. I caught up with a player on the men's soccer team who has an incredible journey. From the Emerald Isle to the Little Apple, a new face to the men's club soccer team is making an impact both on and off the field.
So I started playing from a very young age. I was always coached by my dad growing up till I was probably around 13. Then I kind of took the next step up to where I needed to be if I was ever going to have a chance of, getting picked up by a professional club. And after kind of some haphazard opportunities with some Premier League clubs over in England, not really working out, I happily had a chance to go on trial with Inter Milan when I turned 16 for 2.5 months, which was a crazy experience, and I came pretty close, I think, to picking up a contract there, but didn't really work out. Then when I came back to Ireland, I kind of went back and forth between Ireland and England here and there, looking at different clubs and different opportunities. One being Hull City, that came close again and didn't quite get a contract that I would have hoped to have gotten. And that's when kind of America became an idea for me. It was somewhere.
Well, we played at a D1 program before this, so we knew he'd be an asset for us. I mean, you don't get a lot of guys with that kind of talent coming through the program this often.
Soccer is not his only goal here at K-State, as he also seeks a master's degree.
K-State was somewhere that I could get my master's funded, which was important to me. And I was interested in the writing community. I write fiction, I write non-fiction, and some bad poetry as well. So I was particularly interested in finding a place like I had the last 4 years in Kentucky, that was family orientated and that was around supporting each other. And I found that in the English department, and it seems that I found that as well with the club soccer team.
That's all from me in sports. Back to you, Alicia.
If you don't have any plans this weekend, I might have something exciting for you to attend, but don't go anywhere because I have more when we return.
Outreach is more than a goal. It's our land-grant mission. We feed and sustain an expanding population and cultivate strong, stable families, growing responsibility and leadership in our youth through a far-reaching network of research, resources, and educators. Whether you're in Kansas or across the globe, every life is worthy of an extended hand. What makes K-State Research and Extension so powerful? Purpose, outreach, you. We may take different paths, but we all move forward, preparing for our future in the same historic library. We meet friends in the bustling student union and experience the exciting atmosphere of campus events. We appreciate individual interests and shared passions. Many different paths, one distinct destination. How does campus life become life experience? Connections, involvement, you.
I'm Ngọc Trân from Đà Lạt, Vietnam.
I'm Raphael from St. Mary's, Kansas.
Mình nói cả tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh.
I only speak one language, unless you count pig Latin. Oh, you don't? Okay, one language.
I'm new to K-State and want to experience everything I can in Manhattan.
I'm hungry. Do you want to go eat some ice cream?
Sure.
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
How do you say Wabash in your language?
What's a Wabash?
The K-State fabric is woven with a commitment to service, a common thread of experience and expertise, research that makes ambition a reality, student opportunities that foster empowered leaders, an environment that embraces creative collaboration. We look for moments to define ourselves as trailblazers and as advocates for advancement. Why does K-State believe it can achieve a stronger tomorrow? Promise, possibility, you.
This weekend is the Halo Latina Beauty Pageant. Reporter Erica Young caught up with two of the contestants.
Halo Beauty Pageant contestants, Raina and Milka. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Okay, so my first question for you is, can you kind of explain what this pageant is all about?
Sure. It's the Miss Belleza Latina pageant. And basically, any Latinas on campus are encouraged to apply. And it's kind of like a regular beauty pageant. You have the swimwear, the talent portion, evening, and a Q&A, and there's also an interview that takes place before the pageant. So it's kind of like a traditional pageant, but we put a little Latina twist on it to celebrate our culture.
Okay, and is it just for Latina girls?
The main focus is Latinas, just because it's thrown by the Halo organization on campus, but I'm sure if someone else wanted to apply that isn't a Latina, then they wouldn't object to it, because you know, Halo's an inclusive group, so there's no just singling out Latinas.
Gotcha. I'm gonna keep that in mind. So how long have you guys been doing this whole pageant thing? Is this your first year?
Yeah.
Yes,
I've never done a pageant
this is my
before.
first pageant.
Really? So are you guys kind of nervous?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect.
For sure. It's definitely been an experience, but it's been so fun getting to know the girls, getting to learn how to walk fiercely in heels. That's definitely a
Just
plus.
fiercely in general, though, too.
Yeah.
Like, they give you a lot of confidence, I feel like.
Well, is there anything else that you ladies would like to add?
Definitely everyone come to the pageant. It is Saturday, April 22nd at 3 o'clock. Doors open at 2:30. Tickets are $7 in advance and $10 at the door.
And then be at the union, so the student union at K-State in Forum Hall. So everybody's invited, and you know, find me or find Raina if you need a ticket. There are other beauty contestants are also selling tickets, so just let us know.
All right. Well, that's all we have for today. I'm going to toss it back at the desk. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Erica. Good luck to all the contestants competing Saturday at the Halo pageant. Thank you for joining us today on MHK All Day and getting the news you need and the entertainment you want. Check out our Facebook and Twitter, and as always, you're welcome to send your selfies to be featured on the show.
This is MHK All Day.